Yeah, sure. Certainly, Georgetown came out and kicked our butt tonight, physically, especially around the basket. They were able to kind of impose their will early on, and we didn't have much of an answer for that. So, certainly things we can learn from and get better as we go, but certainly need to defend better around the basket.
Donnie, when you kind of look at the stretch where you were able to force some turnovers, kept them quiet for a little bit, was that you thought the highlight of the night for you guys in a lot of ways? The fact that you were able to have that kind of stretch.
Yeah, we had a good stretch there in the middle of the first half where our style of play kind of got going a little bit, and we were able to be a little bit the aggressor on the defensive end. And I tried to tell the guys during the game, they're playing a bunch of younger guys. We have older guys, and we're allowing them to be the aggressor or play like the bully. And that was a little disappointing, except for during that stretch. And so it's certainly we'll find some positives and build on those, and we'll attack some of the struggles from the game.
And for them, Peavy's a guy that is their older guy basically. Having him on Hobbs, how valuable is he for what they're trying to do in your estimation?
Yeah. Certainly when he makes shots, he's a lot, certainly a bigger contributor on the offensive end. But defensively, Dallas has never been the top of the scouting report before. And as a sophomore, having to adjust to that role is difficult. And he's not used to having the other team's best defender really just try to take him out of what he's doing. And so, Peavy did a great job of just limiting his opportunities, limiting his touches, making every dribble difficult for him. And, certainly was effective in that. And it's something that, for Dallas to be the player he wants to be, he's going to have to be able to withstand the other team's best defender.
When you look at the positives from this game, how do you apply those things to going into your conference schedule? Because all these games is to lead you into your conference schedule. How do you parse out the good with the things that you need to improve on?
Yeah, the nice part about this time of the year is the games come quick, so we can quickly, look through the film, certainly evaluate it openly and honestly and address the things we need to. But some of the issues that come up, they don't come up in our league games as much. And so we don't want to, you don't want to lose confidence. You don't want to hammer your guys because they struggled to, rebound against a Big East team with bigger length. But at the same point, if they're not given the effort that they need to give, which again, I don't know, I got to watch the film and see and evaluate some of that stuff. But there were some times that I think we can learn on that no matter what, no matter how much time's left on the clock, we got to continue to fight. And that's one of the big takeaways that with our guys is that if there's time on that clock, we're going to continue to fight and play for 40 minutes.
And what's your initial thoughts of having played against Sorber, who's a freshman but advanced in his skill? Just kind of what's your thought of him?
Yeah, I mean, I think his motor and his physicality really stand out. We obviously played Maryland early in the year, and they're highly touted bigs as well. And he's just as good as those guys because he plays so hard. He affects the game with how hard he plays. He's got good enough touch. Obviously, he made that one early in the game from 15 feet. But his motor is relentless, and when he is ducking guys in and clearing space, he's a load.
You're in the first half. You had basically a defensive sojourn. You were searching, man, denial, man of the guards, 2-3, pressure. Talk about that process. Were you just searching for something to work?
Yeah, a little bit. But part of it is our style. We want to keep the other team off balance. And so we're going to use changing defenses throughout the year to keep teams off balance. Now, certainly, when a team gets hot, that's a great time to do it. But we're going to use zone. We're going to press. We're going to deny more. We're going to pack it in some. And that's just kind of dependent on throwing teams off of their rhythm as best we can.
You saw me talking to 45. I'm a fan.
Yeah.
What are you? I read Steven's quote from you. You're a fan too.
Yeah.
Talk about that guy.
Yeah. X is a special person. I've known X since he was at St. Stephen, St. Agnes as a 15-year-old. I recruited him when I was an assistant coach at Radford, and got him there and coached him for a year as an assistant. And then, we've joked that if I didn't get this job, if I wasn't lucky enough to be the head coach here, I was still going to get to coach him next year when he went in the portal and decided to come play for us at Greensboro. But X is special because he's such a leader. He plays with his heart on his sleeve. He does everything that we ask for as coaches that you want your fifth-year senior point guard to do, right? He leads the team. He can call plays. He can call defenses. He helps other guys get shots. He's unselfish. He's everything that we ask for in that position. And he wants to do nothing more than win. In this day and age when everybody is so easily carried away with their individual accolades or what they can get out of it, all he wants to do is win, and that's so refreshing and something we can always lean on as a coach.
Thank you.
Anything else? Oh, appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Thank you. He's the best. Yes.
Smart kid, what's his name? Got dreads or like braids or something. Real smart kid, was injured last year, had a knee injury last year. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, why not? So, do the players need
St. Peter, St. Agnes?
are there two more?
Like basketball wise or person wise? No. Oh, okay.
Testing. It's not on.
One more stats. One more stat.
What do you need, a box?
Hey, Rick.
We're all good. It's good? Yeah.
Hey Rich, did you get a chance to listen to the podcast I did with Pam?
I did, appreciate it.
Awesome.
Boy,
Great.
sex, all right, good
Great
job.
having her on.
Yeah, thanks.
Have a good one.
What? What? No, what? And look at the kids. Summertime? Hunt does it? Is that, okay. Is that coming from above him? No. Or is that him? That's him. What's his rationale behind that? So when is the time to worry about it then?
Right, exactly. There you go, and that's what the parents say.
Man, so when I know you guys have a plan on it. He went to Livingstone from John Ball? But it's a low level of defense.
Right. And
That's a
those little things that his dad would have recognized. And said, she did.
You know,
And that's all that is.
you know what they do at Livingstone, man? They get every year about 30 cats to show up. And it's basically a tryout.
Yep.
And everybody thinks they have a scholarship and they got
Oh, right. Oh, there you go.
That dude, yeah. And they've been doing it for like 10, 15 years. As long as that guy's sitting.
Try this again. Last time Coach threw a curveball at me. We're going to open with a statement from Coach.
Well, even before we talk about today's game, I really want to congratulate Gino Auriemma. I think arguably one of the greatest coaches in our sport. Very friendly with him. It's hard to do what he's done. Very excited to have learned and listened to him. Just wanted to congratulate him and his organization, but in particular he and his family. So congratulations to Coach, and definitely I don't know if many people are going to catch that record, right? He's been doing it a long time at an elite level. I want to congratulate Micah Peavy for scoring his 1,000th point, and Thomas for having another double-double. And he's still not 100%. He's still working at about 70% as he's trying to overcome this virus that he fought through. I thought today our attention to detail was much better. Our defensive intensity, that was the whole thing we've worked on the last couple of days, given our performance the first three outings. Honestly, I don't think our defense has been up to par, so that's something we worked on. And we purposely wanted to cut our rotation a little bit to get a little bit more chemistry and synergy, and I thought our young guys did a really good job. But good team win. Mount does a really good job, with their pressure, so we had to prepare for their pressure. They turned us over 10 or 11 times in the first half, and that's what we talked about, but we wanted to attack their pressure, and I thought we did a better job in the second half.
And when you were talking the other day about getting minutes, just getting experience, and when you look at the minutes that Kayvon and Caleb and Julius all got, was that as valuable as anything else that came out of today?
We need to play games, all right? Again, when you saw Big East game last night, you saw Marquette, just use them as an example, and you saw their chemistry, and you saw their synergy, and you saw their connection. We need games in order to get that, and with a young group and a young team and players that don't have game minutes, these players don't have game minutes. And that's what our schedule is all about, to try to build some of that chemistry and unity in order to get some connection to prepare for the Big East.
For both Caleb and Kayvon, the defensive attention over the last several days, what has that been like? And do you guys feel like that you guys reached a different level than you had earlier in this season?
No, yeah, I think this group has the chance to become a really good defensive team. It just got to become a complete buy-in from everybody. But today I feel like we showed how well defensively and how much better we can get on that side of the ball.
Yeah, going off what Caleb said, I think this whole game right now and this week leading up to this game was about preparation and how we're going to respond. And this was really just a us battle, and we were really focused on ourselves, also the other team, but mainly ourselves, about how we're going to respond and the little attention to details to win this game, which we did, and it felt great to get a win.
Kayvon, we've talked about your defense before, 3 steals tonight. I know you take a lot of pride in that. Just how do you prepare whoever you're guarding, because you can guard multiple positions, and talk about the pride you take in it?
I told you before, as a freshman especially, and in this conference, you got to do the little stuff to get on the floor. Coming from high school, obviously I scored a lot, I played defense, but going into college, it's a whole new ball game, and you got to do the little stuff, which is defend. And if a struggle in the team is the defending in the moment, I know I'm going to make sure to go on in the court and do that. And I'm just proud of the team for the win.
And, Coach, having Thomas, who seems to see the entire floor, talk a little bit about how good of a passer he is.
Again, I mean, I'm a big Georgetown fan, big player fan, big Thomas fan. I was just proud that he was able to play today, right? I mean, he has fought through whatever virus is going through our group right now, and he said he wanted to give it a try. He's super skilled. He's very unselfish, right? He can finish, he can pass, he can shoot. I mean, he's versatile, and we hope he continues to grow. But his unselfishness really sets him apart from other players, right? It's not about scoring for him; it's about development and winning. And said it from day one. He's a household name. It's just a matter of time before it really explodes.
Mo ready. They threw a lot at you guys defensively first half, pressure, 2-3, various man-to-mans. What was the communication amongst the team? Because you guys pretty much met it and plowed through it. What was the communication amongst the team?
It was the preparation. It was the scout. The coaching staff did an amazing job telling us and preparing us how to guard. It's really just preparation and just trusting our teammates. Once we say a call, you just trust the other person to stand 10 toes and do their job. So it's a team effort.
For both of the players, how important is ball sharing in your offensive scheme? It really has to happen, but I want to hear Your opinion?
No, I think moving the ball is real important, especially in our offense. A lot of actions, a lot of cutting, a lot of screening. So making sure the ball touches both sides of the floor multiple times, that's going to help us get open shots, which is what we look for, and we're going to knock them down.
How close do you think you are to that point where the ball is moving, hitting sides, and moving and touching, a lot of people touching around?
To be honest, I feel like we still got some ways to go in that offensively. A lot of new guys on the team, and it'll all come together as we continue to play with each other. But no, I think that's something we definitely can get better at offensively.
For Kayvon and Caleb, just going through Saturday, figuring out like what a high-end D1 game is like, how much do you feel like that sort of informed how you went about your business today, and how much do you feel like just adding adding 15 minutes each game or whatever number it is going to help you by the time you get to the next test like that?
I say, and I tell the teammates, like, just take it a day at a time. And again, it's repetitive. I keep saying the preparation, but it's really true. That's the God-honest truth. It's preparation. Take a day at a time, and we just keep climbing the ladder. And like Coach Cooley said, once our young guys, including us, and everyone that is brand new on the team, get some more game minutes, the team chemistry will, build. And just one day at a time, and we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah, did you guys do anything different today to prepare for the late start?
No, we didn't. We shot around a little bit later, but as our normal practice time, we normally go at 2:30. We brought our guys in at 2:45, watched some film. Had a pretty aggressive walkthrough, though. It wasn't a walkthrough. It was a pretty detailed walkthrough. I wanted to challenge our guys. And again, we have a quick turnaround again as we play again on noon on Saturday. So our guys got to get some rest. We got class tomorrow. So our prep time will be a little bit short. So we did a little bit, which they didn't know, trying to combine two scouts in one, given the action that St. Francis would run, just to, so when we come back to it, it'll be fresh in their head. But we didn't do too much different, other than we had a really aggressive walkthrough.
Ed, this is the second year in a row of doing an MTE like this. A lot of schools are doing MTEs like this. What is it that's appealing about this style to you?
Building a program, as we continue to grow and develop and get better, we'll look at going off-site for an MTE in the near future. But as you're building this here, you got to get people comfortable playing at home, right? Playing against an opponent that you feel you have an opportunity to have some success in order to get experience, gain minutes, right? A lot of our, you got to figure Epps has game minutes, Mac has game minutes, Peavy has game minutes, and Fielder. Not too many other guys have had college game minutes. So when you look at game 4 in our young season right now, we need as many games in this building to get comfortable as we prepare for an incredible, incredible Big East season.
Does it seem like it seems like NIL maybe is changing some of the more high-profile events? Is that something you think the style will become?
Man, NIL has changed the entire landscape of this world, right? I mean, we can talk for 57 hours straight about, this whole NIL landscape. There are opportunities for organizations to do that, but the most important thing for us right now is to make sure we get comfortable playing at Capital One, giving these young men opportunity to get minutes and what it feels like to win, right? That's so important when you're trying to reestablish an organization. The energy and the comfort and the confidence of winning.
Well, Coach did mention class tomorrow, so
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Good job, man.